Welcome back to the Fanboy Cantina. At San Diego Comic-Con 2023, Hasbro announced its latest Haslab, the Star Wars Vintage Collection Ghost. Haslab is Hasbro's crowdfunding or Kickstarter-like vehicle for creating higher-end collectibles. So this is the Haslab Star Wars Vintage Collection Scale Ghost as seen in Star Wars Rebels. It's also made appearances elsewhere. It is priced at $499.99, and you have until September 6, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time to back it. The Ghost looks fantastic. It's rendered as it will appear in Star Wars Ahsoka on Disney+. It's huge. It is massive. It is 28 inches wide, 34.5 inches long, and 13 inches in height. In addition to the tremendous details on the outside, the features of the Ghost include a nose turret with removable canopy, a 360-degree laser cannon turret at the top, the opening front ramp, and removable landing gear. By removing the panels at the top, that unveils the interior of the Ghost. That includes the nose turret area where there's seating for one. There's also the main cockpit with seating for four. You've also got crew quarters with bunk beds, the captain's quarters with a single bed, and the galley and lounge area with seating area, game table, and dining table. The Ghost also has a docking bay for the Phantom 2, which is also included a shuttlecraft for the Ghost. It has an opening cockpit, functional landing gear, and there's also a removable mini bust for Chopper to be placed right inside. Given the large size, I wonder if the original Phantom vehicle that was produced years ago, whether it would fit in the Ghost. No Star Wars vehicle is complete without its pilot. This is the Vintage Collection Scale General Hera Syndulla, Captain of the Ghost. In addition to her blaster, this action figure includes the Calicori Totem as well as a Malarun fruit. Both of those items are important for specific episodes of Star Wars Rebels. You'll notice that card back, and that is particularly special. Sabine's mural shown in the finale of Star Wars Rebels, and it also will appear in Star Wars Ahsoka. So that's the base offering, assuming it hits 8,000 backers by the end of the campaign period. Now let's talk about what happens as additional backers come on and the unlocking of new tiers. So if it achieves 11,000 backers, that will add the Ezra Bridger action figure complete with lightsaber, blaster, scout trooper helmet, and white Loth cat. At 14,000 backers, that will also unlock the Kanan Jarrus action figure complete with lightsaber, face mask, and interchangeable portrait head accessory along with a blaster. And then finally at 17,000 backers, that will unlock the Zeb action figure complete with bow rifle accessory. So at 17,000 backers, that unlocks everything. That's the Ghost, Hera Syndulla, the head of Chopper, and the Ghost crew, except you might be wondering, well, what about Sabine and Ahsoka? So Sabine and Ahsoka will be released in the Vintage Collection separately, and of course, you have to have Thrawn. Will the Haslab Ghost get backed? Will it achieve the minimum threshold? So the answer is a resounding yes. In the hours after it was announced, it already got to like 20-30% of the minimum number of backers to be produced. In the hours since then, the trajectory is such that, yeah, it will achieve that 8,000 backer threshold minimum. Now the question is, will it get to the 17,000 threshold so that it unlocks all of these tiers? If we look at the Haslab Razor Crest, that got to 28,000 plus backers. Now that was a $350 vehicle. You have the popularity of the Mandalorian already there. But I think with this, it's got the legs to be able to unlock at least a couple of the tiers and maybe all three. Post in the comments, how many backers do you think the Haslab Ghost will get? Is the Haslab Ghost worth $500? Post in the comments. We would love to hear from you on this one. If you look at the Haslab Razor Crest, again, that was $350. The Target exclusive Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run Edition, that was $400 at retail price. You know, we're at this point where toy companies are producing these higher end collectibles for adult toy collectors. Super 7 just announced the Thundercats Cat Slayer for $650. So obviously it's a personal decision of whether it's worth it. It would be nice, picking up from a conversation with a buddy of mine, it would be nice if it had light and sound effects or something like that. But neither of the two previous Vintage Collection Haslabs had any of that. It's a beautiful toy. So post in the comments, what do you think of the Haslab Ghost? What do you think of the Star Wars Vintage Collection Haslab Ghost? Are you going to add this to your collection? And be sure to check out the article on StarWars.com for all of the other new releases that were announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.